This is an LLD production.
Welcome to this episode of Oulia's Opinions, the new podcast in which we take a better look into the world we love, learn new things, and debate the toughest issues the world has in store. I am your host, Armon Owlia. I am a journalism student here at Drexel University in Philadelphia, and it is time to enter the new School of Thought. First of all, thank you everyone for listening into this week's show, and happy Cinco de Mayo. Such an exciting week. Season 3 has been confirmed, and I will give more information through social media to when it will begin and what you can expect. However, before anything else, I would like to discuss something I rarely ever talk about. Organizations that are truly making a difference in the world. In this case, I would like to talk about the great people who work at Plan International. Plan International is an organization that I learned about by one of their employees and a friend of mine, Amber Shockley. It was founded in 1937 and focuses on advancing children's and women's rights through education, activism, and working to end violence. There are even people from the organization who go to Africa and countries where children's rights violations and gender inequality are at their highest, and even working with people in the community to help advance the girls' rights movement and helping end poverty by helping boys and girls go to school and gain a proper education. Plan International are also sponsors for the Because I Am a Girl campaign, which is a movement to make sure that girls not only have the same rights as boys, but also have the same chances to change the world as much as anyone else. However, Plan International cannot do this without any donations. For those of you who want to help and make a difference, visit planinternational.org to learn more about this group and to donate. The link will be in the description. Again, it is plan-international.org. Let's help these people out. They are quite amazing. So, with that out of the way, let's begin. About 5 episodes ago, I played a song by Jordan Smith. No, not the singer who won The Voice, although I honestly think she could. This Jordan Smith is a singer from Pittsburgh who, in my mind, has the pure talent and capability to be one of the biggest names in music. On April 25th, she announced that her newest single, entitled Brighter Days, would be released sometime in the not-too-distant future. We will keep an update on that within the show, and when Brighter Days is released, you will all be the first to know. However, I think that a reminder is needed to show exactly what Jordan is capable of, so that is what we're going to do. When we come back, I'll be talking about something that has been in the news for many years, but has only come back after a major scare. We'll be back after this.
Somehow I scored a front row seat to watching love at its defeat and to seeing wasted time walk out the door. From that scarring night in mid-July, when she convinced me the fault was mine, that she couldn't stick around here anymore. I never thought that I was strong, but in the end I know I'll be where I belong. The ship has sailed through every storm and wave. It was all so unexpected, but I expected to be brave. I have prevailed, I've grown and overcome every weakness, every heartbreak, and when it's all said and done, I have prevailed. For too long I tried to live like I was fine, but I knew this was unfair, so we drew the line. Could have been so long, but I had to set him free, because I have to learn that if I crash and burn, it could be what's best for me. I never thought that I was strong, but every time I sing, I prove that I was wrong. The ship has sailed through every storm and wave. It was all so unexpected, but I expected to be brave. I have prevailed. I've grown and overcome every weakness, every heartbreak, and when it's all said and done, I have prevailed. Life is just a mystery, never knowing what you will find, and life is full of memories, wants to keep or leave behind. I've succeeded, I have failed, trust me, I've been broken down, but in the end I have prevailed, and look who's laughing now. The ship has sailed through every storm and wave. It was all so unexpected, but I expected to be brave. I have prevailed. I've grown and overcome every weakness, every heartbreak, and when it's all said and done, I have prevailed.
So that was Prevailed by Jordan Smith from the album of the same name. As I've said before, Jordan is a very original songwriter whose musicianship is never in denial. I'm actually quite excited to hear Brighter Days, especially considering the bits that I have heard so far have a bit of a rock vibe to it, which is quite new from her. I wish her all the best of luck on that, but until then, the album is Prevailed, available now on iTunes and Spotify. Links will be in the description. Again, the album is Prevailed. Links available now on iTunes and Spotify, and they will be in the description. In 1993, 732 people, many of them under 10 years of age, were infected by the E.coli O157H7 bacterium. The reason? They had eaten undercooked hamburgers from the infamous Jack in the Box chain. The result? 4 children dead and more than 170 others with permanent damage, including that to vital organs such as the kidney and brain. This incident was one of the most famous food safety violations in American history, with this incident causing many Americans and people around the world to question whether or not the food we eat is safe. And over the last 25 years, whether it be E. coli or salmonella, we have had plenty of outbreaks coming from the improper handling, cooking, or preparation of food. Apple juice, salsa, peanut butter, you name it. Many foods have been recalled by the FDA and CDC over the past many years. And now, we are in the midst of another outbreak of E. coli O157H7. However, this time it is in a product that is well known for its vast nutritional content, as well as a little controversial due to the way it's grown: romaine lettuce. Now, a month after the outbreak began, the E. coli outbreak has spread across half of the United States and has already killed 1 person. With over 120 cases reported and the number expected to rise, it's no surprise that the fear and panic is also beginning to escalate. However, is it truly concerning? Should we be concerned by the outbreak and whether or not we, the public, could be possibly infected with E. coli as we speak? Yes. And no. Yes, because of course the health risks involved. While E. coli can be found within the body, especially in the intestines, the ingestion of E. coli, well, this particular strain, can create sickness within 2 to 8 days of consuming it, causing symptoms such as bloody diarrhea, stomach cramps, and vomiting. While most recover within a week, it will cause permanent damage down the line, such as kidney failure. So, why shouldn't we be concerned? Because if we begin to panic about what is in our food, we'd never eat. You hear all the time about how pesticides are bad to eat in food. Granted. However, not using pesticides and letting the food grow naturally can also lead to these types of infection, if not worse. It is imperative to remember that food is food. Yes, the process of producing and eating has changed greatly, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we should stop just because of these outbreaks. However, it is best to follow the recommendations made by the Center of Disease Control. Wash your hands regularly and thoroughly cook your meat, wash fruits and vegetables, avoid raw milk, and don't prepare food when you're sick. If you find yourself sick, write down what you've eaten, contact your doctor, and report your illness to your local health department. Now, do not eat or buy lettuce unless you can confirm it's from the Yuma, Arizona growing region. And if it is from the Yuma, Arizona growing region, do not eat it. It will most likely be infected with the E. coli bacterium. Most importantly of all, if you have the E. coli infection, do not, and I repeat, do not take any antibiotics unless prescribed by a doctor to do so. If we continue to be careful, we should be able to escape infection. Happy eating, and watch what's on the plate. So what do you guys think? Do you agree or disagree? If so, please put a comment on www.lovelearndebate.com, go to the Learn tab, and you'll find the article there. When we come back after this performance by George Armon, I'm going to be talking about a conviction that has been over 40 years in the making.
You must think that I'm stupid. You must think that I'm a fool. You must think that I'm new to this, but I have seen this all before. I'm never gonna let you close to me, even though you mean the most to me, 'cause every time I open up it hurts. So I'm never gonna get too close to you, even when I mean the most to you, in case you go and leave me in the dirt. But every time you hurt me, the less that I cry. And every time you leave me, the quicker these tears dry. And every time you walk out, the less I love you. Baby, we don't stand a chance. It's sad, but it's true. I'm way too good at goodbye. 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 I'm way too good at goodbye.
And now, some final thoughts. A debate to start at the end of this program. The Me Too movement has been in full swing now for as long as 2018 has been happening. It has brought down giants within the field of entertainment, all of whom have allegedly committed the same crime: sexual harassment. Some of these accusations have been proven more valid than others, such as Harvey Weinstein, Kevin Spacey, and Louis C.K., all of whom have been open about it. However, they have only been found guilty in the court of public opinion, with no major step taken to further legitimize this movement. That is, until April 26th, when a Philadelphia jury convicted a man on 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault. Now, this man has been widely considered as one of the greatest comedians of all time, with a squeaky clean image that proved beneficial for his role as Cliff Huxtable on his most infamous show. One that would pave the way for future comedians such as Anthony Anderson and Tyler Perry to come into the limelight. The comedian, of course, I'm speaking of was Bill Cosby. I will openly admit that until I heard the first accusations about Cosby, I thought the world of him. And why couldn't I have? Here was a man who had no scandals after over 50 years in show business. He had been married just as long with no indication of being unfaithful. He was a family man with a doctorate in education, putting it to good use, making everybody laugh without having to curse like many of his peers, such as Richard Pryor. But after hearing about the accusations, the man slowly began to break away from the persona he had created and cultivated for many years. Here was a man who had begun to show his true colors as a monster. As accuser after accuser after accuser stepped up to show this man really was. 59 in total, 2 of whom were, at the time, children. This is vastly different from the Bill Cosby who was on TV preaching love and hard work. The Me Too movement has pulled back the curtain on so many. People who we long admired proven now to be monsters. It is sad that a legacy can be ruined over this, for in my mind, his comedy is now unwatchable. Hearing his jokes now, and knowing what he did at the time, really makes me sick to my stomach, and not just me, but many others. So, good riddance. Bill Cosby can expect up to 30 years in prison, meaning he would most likely spend the rest of his life trading in his many sweaters for an orange jumpsuit. The perfect ending for a long battle. Justice truly and finally delivered. What do you guys think? Do you agree or disagree? Either way, please go to www.lovelearndebate.com, click on the debate section, and respond, please. And while you're at it, don't forget to like us on Facebook by going to www.facebook.com/lovelearndebate. Follow us on Twitter @lovelearndebate. Follow us on our Instagram page @lovelearndebate. You can follow me on all 3 of those platforms @Armon Owlia. That's ARMONOWLIA. There will be no space. And you can even subscribe to the podcast on SoundCloud or iTunes Podcast. My thanks to Omila Rejani for the graphics and show soundtrack, Imogen Aiken and Hilary Lau for their tremendous generosity in lending their voices, and Jordan Smith and George Armentani for their musical contributions. That's it for this week. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks ready to go. Thanks for listening, and until next time, keep loving, keep learning, keep debating. We'll see you next time in Oli's Opinions. Goodbye.
This has been an LLD production recorded in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.